What's up, everyone? You're listening to the Hidden Doors podcast. My name is Chris Fanzon, your host, and today we're talking about 4 reasons why you should journal. Why should you freaking journal? And at the end of this video, don't forget we do a word of the day. And if you like what you hear, give me a thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on more videos and podcasts like this. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so we have a podcast. Why should you journal? Why should you freaking journal? I've recently started doing more of a formal type of journaling, and I found a lot of benefits from it. But I've always found benefits from writing, and I think that these two go hand in hand. Similar benefits, almost the same benefits, but one is just more of a regular routine, and the other one, I guess, is just something that, who knows, you like to do when you feel like you want to write. Maybe you want to write a book or whatever you want to write, but they have very similar benefits. They're essentially the same damn thing, right? I write a lot. That's funny. I write, no pun intended there, but I do. And I wrote a book, and in the book I do write a lot about how writing is helpful. For writing, I used to write, pretend emails to clear my head before I would go to a meeting, so I can have a clear head. I would write out principles that I hold true to myself, principles and my goals that I have, and values, and that actually morphed into a book. And then I wrote a book, but I found it always therapeutic, and I found it very helpful for me. So I've always was a big fan of writing. I think there was many benefits to it, and then this morphed into me just starting to do a bit more of a daily routine when it comes to journaling. And I always thought journaling was like stupid, to be honest with you. I thought journaling was like a waste of time. If you asked me 10, 20 years ago, like, or told me someone was journaling, I would, I think, laugh at them. I would think that was pointless. And it's just because I was ignorant and I didn't know the benefits of it. And so there are 4 benefits that I want to talk about with journaling. And the 4 benefits are: it forces you to think, it's therapeutic, it cleans your room. I'm going to explain that. That's a metaphor. It cleans your room, and it helps keep you in the present. Okay? 4 things. I'm going to explain them, though. Those are the 4 things. And at the end, I'll also tell you how I do my journaling, because I have actually created my own journal. It's on Amazon. Katie, it's on Amazon Prime. You can get it on Amazon. And it's a nice, simple structure, which takes about 5 minutes at most every day to finish. But let me first go over the 4 benefits, then I'll tell you what I do for my routine. So the 4 benefits are: writing, it forces you to think. So journaling, writing, it forces you to think. And it's like almost having your own therapist. Like, I feel like going to a therapist, to a certain extent, helps you just tease out all the ideas in your head and makes you think about them. Otherwise, if you're not thinking about them and they're just existing in your head, you don't have time to sit down and really isolate what is going on in your head and think thoroughly about what is going on in your head. And that's what writing is so good for. If you just sit down and force yourself to write about things that are going on in your head, maybe the priorities about what you want to accomplish, your goals, it helps you build out a plan of what you want to accomplish and what's bringing you down. And one of those things that are bringing down, what could you do to help, ease those? What could you do to eliminate those problems in your life? These are just examples, right? But these are things that, if you're writing, it forces you to think about these things that otherwise you probably wouldn't have not even thought about. Okay, so if I think it forces you to think, I think it is so damn important to do that. 2 is it's de-stressful. I hope that's a word. Distressful, and it's therapeutic. So if you're feeling anxious about the next day, right? This is the common Sunday problem. Sunday night, when you're going into Monday morning and you know you got a lot of work, it can be anxiety driven and stressful. Just talk to anyone who works Monday through Friday and they get the weekend off. Very short little 2 days and then they go right back to work. Usually that Sunday night is a very stressful night for people. Um, so writing those things out that are giving you stress will help de-stress you. I think a lot of the times in our head, what's giving us anxiety is it's like the unknowns, right? The unknowns that could be you're going into Monday with a little bit of an unknown. If you haven't checked your emails, if you're like me, I don't really like checking my emails on a weekend, so I just let it for Monday to come in. So if you have emails, the unknown, what could come up on Monday, the unknown, some of that starts to fester. But then it's also a jumbled mix of thoughts. Maybe you have an important meeting that week, or a presentation, or something that week. And then maybe you have a couple things, personally and professionally, all coming up in the next week. And all in it of themselves are nothing that you would really go crazy about. You wouldn't crawl in a hole with anxiety and ball up. You would probably be fine. But when all of those thoughts are jumbled in your head, it's hard to separate them out. And when you do that, it's like, I don't know, it's a weird, vague thing. When you just have a vague ball of emotions and thoughts jumbled in your head, it's hard to isolate them, look at them separately and say, okay, that's actually not that big of a deal. That's not a big deal. Here's what I got to do. Here's what I got to do. Okay, cool. Next week, I know what I got to do. You feel better about yourself. It's therapeutic. So it helps untie those jumbled thoughts in your head giving you stress. Okay, so it's therapeutic. Okay, so number 3 is it cleans your room. This is a metaphor, obviously, and it helps you think more clearly. So I metaphorically use writing as it relates to cleaning your room. So if you were to have a really messy room, clothes all over the floor, on your dresser, you don't know where things are, and you were told to, find that favorite pair of shirt and shorts you have, the pair of shirt and shorts that you always wear. If you were told to put that on, or your pants and long sleeve shirt, who the hell knows what your favorite is? If you were told to pick that out, it would take a little while to find that. Now, you'd be, picking up clothes, trying to find, maybe it's buried underneath some other clothes. It'd be a little longer to pick out and find. Now, imagine that being your head. That is your head when it is not well organized. That's your head when it's not well organized. Now imagine, instead of you picking up and trying to find your clothes, it takes a little while. Imagine just trying to think and articulate something. Someone asks you a question, or you're trying to talk to someone. You might be in a meeting. You might just be thinking about something in your head. It's taking longer to organize your thoughts because you're all over the place. You're trying to find that damn pair of clothes. But metaphorically, you're trying to find that idea and organize it in your head, but you can't articulate it because you're all over the goddamn place. So writing helps organize your thoughts down so you have a organized set of ideas that you know where to pick out from when you need it, just like you know where to pick out your favorite pair of clothes when you need it. This helps a lot when it comes to maybe going to a meeting and you have to speak to something. You have to give a presentation. You have to share your ideas. You have to talk to people. Whenever you have to articulate something or express ideas or talk to people, it's very good to have organized set of ideas in your head. Otherwise, you're a maniac trying to find those ideas buried in other ideas, and it's all over the place. And just generally speaking, even if you're not articulating something, just to be able to have that organized in your head is another thing that's therapeutic. If you're just all, again, it's the same thing. If you're all just jumbled up in your head, it's going to be anxiety driven. You're going to have too many thoughts jumbled up. You're not going to be able to separate them out, and it's going to cause anxiety. So that was cleaning your room. Cleans your room. Cleans your head. Number four, gives you time to think about the present and be grateful for what you have. You guys got to be grateful for what the hell you have. I don't know where you live in this world. Things could be much worse than uh look like first world problems, right? The internet goes down. Okay. Depending on where you live in this world, you might have different problems than others. But I still think that we can be grateful for what we have almost no matter where we live in this world. Even if you have freaking nothing, the fact that you can breathe fresh air should be something that you're grateful for. For me, when I commonly are writing in my journal, things that I'm grateful of are usually it's like the fact that I can have a breath of fresh air, that I can have a cup of coffee in the morning, that I'm grateful for my daughter and my wife, I'm grateful for my family, and I'm grateful for my health. Those are the things. It's not, you know, I'm not a millionaire by any means, but you know, if I were, I don't think that I would say I'm grateful for my mansion. I'm grateful for my pool. Those are like materialistic, stupid things. What are you actually grateful for? This is why people who are in like these near death experiences really get to be more grateful for life than someone who has never been in one of those situations. And I think we have to take a step back and be grateful for the small things in life. You could be dead and you may never even have that fresh, you know, breath outside while the trees are flowing and you have a cup of coffee. Some people might not have that, but I'm just saying that that small thing you should not take for granted because others don't have that chance. And you may be passing away in the near future. You never know what's going on in this world. Don't take life for granted. So it helps because it helps write down the things that you're grateful for. And that brings me to my segue, which is how I do this. So I'll add this link into the description page, but I have a journal that I made. It's on Amazon. It's a paperback book. And it's got a cover on it. And then all the pages are just, lines where you can write. But the difference is each page is broken out into three sections. It's today's progress, it's things that I'm grateful for, and it's tomorrow's priorities. So each evening when I'm done with like work, the idea is that I write down in about 5 minutes 3 to 4 things on each one. So, you know, what progress did I make today? It helps take a step back and understand, get outside of this day-to-day minutia, the ups and downs of day-to-day minutia, and what progress have I made today? Makes you feel a little better about the things that you have accomplished in the day. What are you grateful for? This is commonly my coffee, my family, my health. Sometimes it might change a little bit, but it helps put you in the present moment. You have to think long term. You have to always think of the future. I get that. But you have to also be in the present and be appreciative of what the hell you have. So I write down things that I'm grateful for. Next is tomorrow's priorities. This is when I start to do a little bit more of the future planning of just what can I do tomorrow that will put me on the path that will get me closer to my goals, to be more successful, to be more grateful for things. What can I do tomorrow to get closer to everything that I want to get to? And it takes about 5 minutes, 3 or 4 items each. Boom. That's it. You don't have to write 5 pages and write all your thoughts down and write your secrets. That's like what journaling is commonly known for. Especially when I was growing up, it's like, oh, you're getting someone's journal to all the secrets. Maybe a little bit, but that's not what the journaling that I'm doing here. Journaling that I'm doing is, again, set my mind straight, therapeutic, keep me well organized in my head, keep me grateful for what I have. And force me to think about what I need to do. And that's it. 5 minutes. Boom. Done. Those four huge benefits you will get when you start journaling. Don't look at journaling as some silly thing that only teenage girls do when they're writing their secrets down about who they like in high school or whatever. Don't think like that. That is one aspect of maybe journaling, but the other aspect is what I just mentioned. This is stuff that you want to do. It is super beneficial for you to meet your goals, to be successful, to be less stressed. Don't you want to be less stressed? It's a stressful damn world. I don't know why the hell it is, but it is a stressful damn world. Be less stressed. So, those are the 4 reasons why you should journal. And the word of the day, we're going to do a word of the day. The word of the day is, it's gazetteer. It is a noun and it means a geographical index or dictionary of places organized by name. In a sentence, the Rothschilds prefer their pilot simply head for the sun rather than consult a gazetteer prior to short flights. So similar words for gazetteer are dictionary, atlas, lexicon, book of maps, map collection. Okay, why would you ever need a gazetteer? I don't really know. Maybe there's some pilots out there. Maybe there's some people who just like looking at atlases and whatever the hell you like to do. All good with me. But use gazetteer in your conversations and build your vocabulary. I hope that you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on more videos and podcasts like this. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Take it easy.